Hey, it's week 11 of Instant Value Handicapping. Do you know where your winners are? Well, we can tell you where your losers are, at least as far as favorites go. First 10 weeks, we have been 85% accurate in predicting false favorites, and we're going to try to repeat that trick this week at Keeneland on Saturday, April 3rd. We've reviewed the card. I've got a few false favorites and some suggestions on who might beat them. So let's get off to Keeneland and see what's happening there. Big day of racing, the Bluegrass Stakes, and many other stakes races on the card. We're going to keep the review of last week's results short this week because we've done a big 10-week review video, which I encourage you to check out, with results, complete results for all 10 weeks, including last week where another false favorite went down to defeat at Fairgrounds, bringing us up to that 85% mark. So check out that 10-week review video. Some good stats in there to show you how we've been doing.
The horses have the starting gate. They're at the post. They're in the gate. And they're off.
All right, let's look at the action at Keeneland on Saturday. On a big day of racing like this, it is difficult to call a favorite a false favorite because the card is full of graded stakes races and high-level races where usually the favorite has done pretty well recently or is very accomplished in the past. In order to call a favorite false in these races, you have to become pretty critical of the favorite and find a flaw that maybe looks like a minor flaw, but you think is going to become a big flaw. Well, with all that said, let's look at race 7 first. It's the Grade 3 Commonwealth Stakes at 7 furlongs. It's a high-level sprint, 3 horses here. The favorite is 8-5 Morning Line Flagstaff. We're also going to look at Hidden Scroll at 5-2 and Hug Creek Hustle at 9-2 on the outside, post 7. So Flagstaff comes in as a pretty heavy favorite, 8-5 on the morning line. The reason that I'm going to call him false is because he hasn't won a race in over a year. And it looks like they're getting a little more desperate with each attempt to try to find a way to win with him. Last time he was dropped out of a, 2 races ago, he was dropped out of a graded stakes race and into a regular stakes, did not win. So then they tried putting blinkers on him. Again, did not win. Now they're taking the blinkers off. This 7-year-old seems to be past his prime, and they're doing everything they can to try to squeeze another win out of him. I don't think it's going to work here. It's a pretty competitive field. I like the second choice here, Hidden Scroll. Hidden Scroll ran one of the most amazing debut races I've ever seen last year. A few years ago, actually, at Gulfstream Park. He absolutely crushed a mile in 1:34 4/5. He won by 14 lengths. He looked like a top Derby contender, and then the wheels fell off. He only won once in his next 8 races. And William Mott kind of looks like he gave up on him. He ended up in the barn of Brad Cox. And Cox seems to have done something interesting. He brought him back in an allowance race last time where he came off the pace to win by over 2 lengths. This horse has been a speed demon. One of his problems seems to have been that he can't control his early speed. He just flames out early. Cox seems to have taught him how to come off the pace. And if they've got that explosive kick of his, just in holding, waiting for the right moment, he could be a real successful one-run sprinter in the near future, including on Saturday. So that's one shot, and the other one is Hog Creek Hustle. They've tried him at distance races around 2 turns. He's had trouble winning, but he comes off a layoff here for Vicky Foley. He's an off-the-pace type. He's kind of butted heads with some really good horses. Looks to be set up well here. Just a mild class rise off an allowance win, and 9-2 odds are pretty good. He's our second pick here. That brings us to race 8, the Grade 2 Shakertown Sprint on the turf at 5.5 furlongs. This race is loaded with speed, and the favorite is one of those speedsters parked outside in post 13. Morning line 3-1. It's bound for nowhere, and let's hope that plays out according to his name. The other two horses we're going to look at are number 5, Turned Aside, and number 2, Imprimis. Bound for Nowhere has not won a race since 2019. He has not won a stakes race since 2018. It's another 7-year-old favored here, even though he very well could be past his prime, seems to be. With lots of speed inside of him, he could get shuffled wide on the first turn. So a lot of negatives there, a lot of red flags, a lot of reasons to bet against him. Number 2, Imprimis, is a Grade 3 stakes winner fairly recently, comes from slightly off the pace, which seems to be a style that will work well here with the front runners hopefully tiring each other out. And same goes for number 5, Turned Aside. He comes from a little further off the pace, and he's also a recent Grade 3 winner. He got into oddly enough, a speed duel last time in his first race off a layoff. That probably served as a good conditioner. They'll probably be a little more reserved with him and return to his usual running style of coming off the pace. He's 6-1 morning line. So those are the two shots we like against the false favorite here. Hey, before we sign off today, I just want to thank all the people who expressed an interest in the upcoming Mark Kramer interview. We are in the process of building a website, lazybettorusa.com. Be sure to include the USA part, lazybettorusa.com. We're going to have the Zoom interview with Mark Kramer from Paris coming up. Also, I'll be posting my Kentucky Derby preview, which has picked 5 of the past 7 Kentucky Derby winners. I'll be reviewing some of the major prep races. All of that on our website. Sign up for our newsletter email list on the website. lazybettorusa.com. Lots of good stuff coming up. Hope to see you there. That wraps it up for this week. Be sure to check out the 10-week review, which we also posted this week. Hit like, subscribe to make sure you get updated on all the things we have coming up. And thank you for watching. See you next week.